This is an incredibly beautiful guitar. We're just getting started with it. Now, you guys have seen me do some other things, so we're going to skip past the shielding and all that other kind of stuff. Welcome to the montage part of the video. Being a Gen X 80s person, I love video montages, so here we go. Each one of these DiMarzio pickups is a 4-wire humbucker, and that means that it can be wired in a bunch of different ways. What we're going to do is take advantage of those wires so that we get 3 completely different tones out of each humbucker. What we will have is humbucker in series, that big rock and roll sound that we all love so much, humbucker in parallel, which sounds very, very single coilish, but you're still bucking the hum, and then an honest to God single coil. We'll have that for each pickup. And just because I think it's clever, the pickup that's got the gold cover gets a gold switch, and the pickup that's black and uncovered gets the black switch. Of course, the CTS pot is no nonsense, and we've got a pure tone jack, and that thing's great. The shielding's fantastic. This thing's going to be whisper quiet. Let's talk about the Freeway switch. As you can see from the wiring diagram, it doesn't have a whole lot of contact points, and each one has 2 different holes to make soldering. It's pretty easy. We've got NH, which I've always assumed meant neck hot, A, NG, neck ground, OP, no idea. Down with OPP maybe? I don't know. B, I guess that goes with A. BH, which I would take to be bridge hot, and then GD, which has got to be ground. Yeah, I know, you thought I was going to take the Lord's name in vain. How dare you? Go to church. I'm going to transfer all this off of here onto the guitar, and then we'll test everything out. The pickups are in, the electronics are in. We've got this old school brass factory DiMarzio cover on here. Can't buy these because they can't be sold. Kahler made these for DiMarzio back in the day. It's got their logo on it, so we can't sell them. And we've got our X2N right here. The output of the Tone Zone is actually higher than the output of the X2N. And single volume, down here we've got mini toggles for series, split, parallel. The black one for the exposed, the gold one for the gold cover. And we also have the Freeway switch. This guitar has a bunch of really cool features building on what we did for Andrew Vanna. This one can also have an unlock on. It can be fixed, floating, dive only, whatever. GraphTech ratio locking tuners, 2300. This one has Teflon rollers and a steel bridge. Alex Nasla spec'd this thing out, and he wanted it to be super, super sharp. So that's what we were going for. That's also why this thing has some pretty wild choices for pickups. We have a X2N in the bridge and a Tone Zone in the neck that's covered. The Tone Zone is actually hotter than the X2N. I was a little shocked myself. I'm going to have to work to balance these things out, but let's really get into the versatility here. But draw your attention to these 2 mini toggles. Black one for the black pickup, gold one for the gold pickup. Right now we're on the bridge pickup, and we'll open it up. So bridge pickup in series is 15.1. I'm going to flip it up into the middle position, and that's going to be 1 coil cut off. Now we're at 7.8. Now I'm going to flip it up one more time, and it's going to be humbucker in parallel, which will give us a real clean sound, kind of like a single coil, but you're still bucking the hum. Of course, I shielded the living hell out of this thing, so we should be okay for any kind of RF interference. So now let's go up to the neck and get those readings. So in series, it's 16.1, split 8.8, and then in parallel, 4.2. Now we'll actually go through what the switch does, because this is not a regular 3-way switch at all. Let's go back to the bridge. 15.1. Now we'll go up to here, and it's these two in parallel in phase. So that's the way that it is pretty much on any dual pickup guitar. And it's 8. Now, these mini toggles, they still work. They still do all the same stuff. But watch this. Catch that? Do it again. Watch the meter. That's the neck pickup. That's both pickups in series. Both pickups in series, in phase. This is going to be the biggest tone. And once again, mini toggles, they'll do all their stuff. The next one won't really see on the meter. It's still in series, but now they're out of phase. So it's going to have like a really hollow, quacky sound. And then right there is going to be in parallel, out of phase, as opposed to in the middle gear would be parallel in phase. The next video with this guitar, we will demo the sounds so that you can hear the tonal differences. Well, that's it for now. Come back next time and we'll have a little sound demo for you. Until then, this has been Eddie for Kahler. See you next week.